Welcome to this week's Fit Identity Show podcast. We're going to talk everything clarity. Well, some things clarity and its role in success, your ability to get success and keep success going, momentum. I'm Mike Karpenko. I am your host. We're going to talk everything think, eat, and move, which means we're going to talk about your mind. We talk about how to fuel it, what you need to take in, and we're going to talk about your movement, your actions. I think you can apply that to anything that you have in your life. All three of those pillars are extremely simple, but yet extremely important. I've got too much knowledge, too much history, too much experience, too many certifications to actually tell you all about, but I've got over 20 plus years in the home fitness and health and industry, health industry. I've got it all. Like, it's crazy, it's insane, and I don't need to go through all that. I think that most of the time you're here because you already know who I am and what I bring to the table. So let's just get into it and knock it out because your time is valuable. All right, guys, clarity. First thing I want to talk about is not having it and what it means to you when you don't have it. Or let's talk about really what clarity is. Clarity is having hypervision towards something that you really want. Hypervision towards anything, right? Like where you can zoom in and you can see the colors, the lines, the future, the details of what it is that you want. And often you're called delusional. And I really love the phrase delusional because some of the most successful moments in my life is when I've been delusional, when nothing else mattered. Only the task at hand, or only the project, only what I was trying to launch, only wherever I was in life mattered and nothing else did. My friendships, my families, nothing mattered. I was just like, I am who I am, and this is what we're going to concentrate on, and this is where we're going to go forward, is the direction, the vision, and the clarity that I had. And I'll tell you, there have been many times in my life where my clarity didn't sit well with the people that I was closest to. They didn't believe in me. They didn't think it was right. They protected me. They did all the things that you probably have experienced when you've had clarity. You're like, wow, I just wish people would believe in me. But the reality was you didn't need them. All you needed was you to believe in yourself, and you needed you to have the clarity. The issue comes in when you don't have the clarity, when you're able to be pushed off of it, when you're able to be moved, and you're able to be just moved. I think that's what I'm getting at. Like, anytime that you're not standing stable on your clarity, you're able to be pushed away from whatever vision that you have. And when you're in that position, you're vulnerable. You're vulnerable to the attacks on your vision, your clarity, on your actions, and where you're headed. I'll tell you straight up, if you are in a position where you are stable and super clear, it's very difficult to attack you. It's very difficult to move you. It's very difficult to sway you in any other direction other than where you see you are going. And often you ask yourself, how is it that those people are getting the success that they have? One of the things that they have is clarity. They know what they need to do. Well, let's back. Most people may not know what they need to do, and that's why they hire people to help them, or they get out a shovel, a hammer, or whatever it is, and they learn what they need to do. But they know where they're going. And when you know where you're going, it's not hard to figure out that you're going to get there. It may be hard to figure out how you're going to get there. You may not know, but you know where you're going. So it's very easy to start momentum. It's very easy to step in the right direction. And it is very easy to ask for help. When you're unsure, when the focus is fuzzy, it's very difficult and very fearful. It's a scary place to move towards a direction that you're unsure that you should be moving in. And that lack of clarity is really fuzz, right? You're fuzzy, you're defocused. And what you're really hoping is maybe somebody something somewhere will give you that clarity to either move in that direction that you thought was good or move away from that direction you thought that you wanted to move into. So it's a very difficult thing not to have. But when you do have clarity too, you also understand the world of delegation. You understand the world of getting the right people in the positions that you need to have in order to achieve what you want to be able to achieve. Given this example, I'm currently building a model and I need somebody that has ClickFunnels ability and I need a copywriter. And I thought like, oh, I know what I need to do. You know what? Clarity means this. I know what I want to do. I know what I want it to do. I don't know how to make it do that. That's why I'm going to hire the right people to build me an incredible ClickFunnels. Trusted people that have done it. Yes, it'll be an investment. Trusted people that understand what comes first, what comes second, where it needs to be. And then someone that will help me with the language so that I can create the vision, the actual vision that I have and make it come to life. I want that reality to happen and I see it so crystal clear and it's exciting for me to talk about and I'm amped up about it. I just need those right people to bring that together for me. That is what clarity is. Clarity gives you that ability to trust someone to say, I don't know ClickFunnels. I don't know what comes first. I don't know what comes second. I don't know what converts. I don't know any of that. I don't know how big the button should be. I don't know. But when you get somebody who's got clarity with ClickFunnels, you're like, yeah, let's do it. And then if you get someone who's got clarity with how copywriting goes, like, yeah, no, Mike, trust me, I know what you want to say, but that doesn't convert on a ClickFunnels. So I need to take your ideas. I need to take what you want to be able to do, and I need to be able to meet with the ClickFunnels person, and I need to meet with, and the copywriter, and they need to mesh together with me, and then we need to be able to create this incredible vision that I have and bring it to life so that it's successful. That's clarity. Not being clear is, yeah, I don't know. I think this would work. I don't know if it should work. It's what I want to do, I think. But I see, Hunter and Lisa and Beverly doing other things and this great trainer doing this. Maybe I should do it that way and not this way. That's not clarity. That's defocus. And if you're defocused, then you've got to go through some things. You've got to go through and figure out how to create that plan of clarity. And it's scary because in order to have clarity, you got to be delusional, number one. Like I keep saying this over and over and over. Delusional towards that. Everything I've ever done, delusional. People told me I would not make an in-home fitness program that would go global. I told every single one of them from the first day I came into in-home fitness when somebody asked me what I ultimately wanted to do, and I said, I will make one of these myself. And they laughed in my face. And then I was like, ha! Now I had one that is global. Then I started working with Xbox. I started working with other major corporations. And I was like, yeah, I remember when that person told me. The other great thing with clarity, sidebar, enemies are great. I don't care what anybody says. I enjoy a really good enemy. I'll make one. I'll find one. Tell me I can't, you're my enemy. Tell me I won't, you're my enemy. Do great things, you're not my enemy, you're my inspiration. But if you become my enemy, rest assured, that means I'm attacking. That means I have something or someone in mind that I will beat. I will. I'll make it happen. So in the world of clarity, if you don't have an enemy that you want to happen, whether it's I want to be the best in the industry, or I want to rewrite the industry, or I want to create something new, or I want to be better than this person, or I'm going to prove these people wrong, whatever it may be, you might want to look at an enemy. And I know in these days, everyone's like, enemies are bad, and we don't want to do that, and it brings on more mental pressure. You know what enemies bring on? Winning. I like to win. And if you're a person that likes to win, then enemies are great things because that's competition. And in competition, not everybody gets a trophy. Competition, the best get a trophy. They're rewarded for their success, their due diligence, their tenacity, their focus, their ability to show up, their consistency. They're rewarded. And I just want to tell you, I want to be rewarded. And if you're listening to this and you're continuing to listen, you want to be rewarded too. That's why an enemy is a great thing. It's okay to be mad at people. Doesn't mean you're going to dislike them. They're just your enemy in that particular situation, right? It's like, why? Why do I need an enemy, Mike? I don't want to be mad. I don't want to carry that mental weight around. Yeah, do you want to carry the mental weight of not being clear around? Because we can talk about that. I mean, let's talk. Choose the mental weight that you're going to have, because if you think you don't have mental weight, you couldn't be any more around. Choose the mental weight that you want to carry. You have the ability. It's your back. You get to place what you want to place on your back. It's either the mental weight of an enemy or the mental weight of not wanting to have mental weight and having enemies. I'll choose an enemy. Bring it on. So, as I think about what can I give you as far as something that would be a very great tool in order to create clarity. One, I'll say this. There are a ton of books out there that can help you break things down and really figure out like what you ultimately want, right? Like you can get a book, right? I will lean into number one saying, get the enemy. That's my number one thing. Who, what, when, where, how do you want to beat? And beat it so bad that you have a shovel and that you're going to bury it somewhere, because you are a champion. That's number one. Number two, if you are struggling and you're like, I don't know where I am, I don't know where I'm at, because a lot of people are right now like, I want, but I don't know if I want, I don't know where I'm at, I don't know what to do next. Get a book. Find something that's going to give you a roadmap. Personally, I've used one. I have no affiliation. I have no promo code. I have nothing to do with this. I can only tell you that I used it. And when I used it, I got crystal clear. And then when I got crystal clear, I got enemies. And then when I got enemies, it got worse. And it got fun. And when it got fun, it started to become amazing. So the book is My Dream Life Blueprint, and by my friend Angie Belmar. I kind of looked at it as a joke in the beginning, like, what do I need a blueprint book for? Wow, cool, it's got graphics, it's cute. Yeah, it picked me up by my ankles, shook me like a 12-year-old in the playground, and made me answer some real hard questions, which brings me to number three. You got to be prepared to be honest with yourself. If you are not honest, you don't have any clarity. That is one of the biggest things. So go get the book if you want to be honest with yourself and you want to have honest conversations. But you have to be ready to have an honest conversation to be clear. I'm okay with having hard, honest conversations. I'm okay with being honest with other people. I'm okay with my honesty upsetting other people. I am 100% okay with that. It is what it is, especially when it comes down to my success, my vision, and where I'm headed. I'm okay with my honesty. I'm not afraid to bring things up, which means I'm not afraid to say I'm unfocused. I'm not afraid to say I'm not where I'm at. I'm not afraid to be scared. I'm afraid to not be focused. I'm afraid to not be dialed in. I'm afraid to not get what I want and not to be successful. That scares the crap out of me. So when I think about all of that, and I think about being honest, and I think about having that honest, thought, if you're not focused, ask yourself if you're being honest. That goes right with you. Just think about that for a second. Am I being honest to the way that I feel? Am I being honest with what I need? Am I being honest to what I'm being pulled at or pulled away from? Because when you become honest to it, it's real to you. Too many people stick to things that they want to be posers and fakers on, and they fake it to themselves, and then they have more mental weight on their back. Awful. I know this is a health and fitness podcast too. Mental weight is heavy weight. It's hard to burn off. Get rid of it before you get it. Honest conversations and being honest where you're at and being honest to yourself is going to help you go ahead. And I had to be that way in the Dream Life Blueprint Workbook. I had to be that way. And it was incredible. I was like, wow, this is honest. Like, I'm not happy with this in my life. I'm not happy here, and I'm not doing this. And then it all brought it together. And I was like, oh, I hate you, Angie Belmar. I hate you, Angie Belmar, for creating a book that I didn't want to do, that caused me to sit down and be even more honest with myself in order to create delusional vision, clarity. That's what it is. Delusional vision is clarity. Vision is, I get it, you can see where you're going. Delusional vision is clarity. And that's what that book was designed to do. So I don't care how you get it, book, no book, get a coach, have somebody walk you through it, but you're going to have to do some work if you're not sure where you're headed. And that was a big piece of it. So when I think about this honest talk, right, and I think about most people being dishonest to themselves, that's a hurdle, because I guarantee every single one of you that are listening are going to say, holy crap, he's right. I lied to myself. Holy crap, I sugarcoat, or I hope things go away, or I'm not being upfront with myself, let alone the people. It's really easy to lie to other people about where you're at. And then when you lie to yourself, you just don't realize what you're really doing, and how bad you're hurting yourself, and how bad you're breaking yourself down over and over. And what you're really doing is you're defocusing yourself more and more and more until it eats you away and you're completely blind. You are blind to success. You are blind to the vision. You are blind to the action that you need to take, and panic sets in. And when panic sets in, you become irritable, you become mad, you become frustrated, you lash out. Trust me, I know. I'm speaking from experience. I'm not speaking from a place that is like, oh yeah, like he's just telling me. I have it. I've coached people through it. I understand it. But as I go through this right now, and I'm in this clarity stage, and it's really fun. It's amazing. It reminds me of the days of being back in Tap Out. It reminds me of the days when I started, running test groups for fitness companies. It reminds me of the days of being like, I know what I'm doing. I know where I'm headed. I know. Don't mess with me. Don't even try and talk me out of it. Don't try and talk me and tell me you know better. Don't try and talk to me. You do you, I'll do me. I'm really good at doing me. And thinking of all of that, when you grind it and you put it in there, I think there are a lot of people that are defocused and fuzzy and lying to themselves. And that's where you're at. And you're just trying to figure out what's going on. And I know I'll get the backlash, and I know I'll get people that want to push back on me, and they're like, you don't understand my situation. You don't understand what I got to do. You don't understand the amount of time that I have. If I only could. It's financial. It's time. It's the fact that you're not honest with yourself to take control of what you need to do to be fulfilled, and what you need to do to live the life that you want to do. You live as a fake poser to yourself. I'm sorry about saying that, but you do. And you're lying to yourself, knowing that you're lying to yourself, and just packing that weight, that mental weight on. It's awful. Trust me, I've done it. I get it. I can say it. But don't sit back and try and give me the hate about I don't understand. Because we all have lives. We all have things that come up. We all have hurdles. We all have struggles. All of us have something. We all have skeletons. We all have closets. Newsflash. All those people out there that you think live the greatest life ever, and they're like, oh my God, they're wonderful. If I could only have their lives. Let me give you my story of the podcast. My dad told me this when I was going through stuff again as a kid. And he said, Mike, I know it's hard right now. But what if I told you this? You can take all of your problems, everything, your whole entire life. You can put it in a brown paper bag and you can hang it in the tree right there. And tomorrow morning, everybody else is going to have all of their bags in the tree. Everybody in this world. Whose bag are you going to choose? My smart ass is I don't remember who I chose, but I chose somebody rich and famous and, whatever. And he said, I'll tell you which bag you're going to choose in the morning. It's easy. And he's like, oh, and I was like, oh, it is? You think it's that easy, Dad? And he's like, I know which bag you're going to choose. It's your own. I said, why do you really think that, Dad? Why would I choose my own? He goes, because you know what you face. You're aware of what's in that bag. He goes, I love you, and I know that you're a risk taker, and I know that that's what's going to make you who you are. And he's right. Maybe I would select another bag. But remember, inside every one of those bags is a closet, and it's skeletons and problems and demons that you know nothing about. Sure, you could be a billionaire, hooked on drugs. Whew, I'll pass. Sure, you get all the fame in the world, going through a divorce. That's public. People hate you for it. I'll pass. Sure, I could keep going and going, and you just don't know what other people have to deal with. And their problems could be, from their jobs to medical problems. How do you know that person's not dealing with cancer, or their parents isn't dealing with cancer, or a medical issue in their family? You're not, Mike. You have potential. You have the ability to create anything you want, and you think you got the biggest problems in the world. Take your bag, open it up, and create some clarity, Mike. You're lying to yourself thinking that somebody else's life is better. You're lying to yourself that you don't have the time. You're lying to yourself that you don't have the energy. You're lying to yourself that you don't know what to do. The reality is that you're not making an effort, Mike. That's what my dad was saying to me. And I've learned that. And I learned that clarity drives me at 100 miles an hour in the most stable car. And that's the slow lane. That I can push to whatever speed I want. But I got to get into clarity, because if not, defocus, I'm hitting potholes, I'm hitting trees, I'm bouncing off guardrails, I'm doing all the things that I shouldn't be doing on that freeway. None of it producing success. So wrapping this up, because I don't want to go too long this week, and thinking about clarity. I want you to be honest with yourselves. I want you to have honest conversations. Are you happy where you're at? Are you doing what you're doing? That doesn't mean you got to go and be vulnerable on social media and air it out. Bullshit. It means, are you pushing in the direction that you need to push in to achieve fulfillment for you? Period. Don't be a poser. Don't be a faker. Are you being honest that you're really trying? Are you being honest that you need help and that you haven't asked for it? It's okay. It's okay to be 25, 45, 35, whatever it is, male, female, whatever. It's okay not to know and say, I need help. Are you being honest? Are you fronting? It's okay to be unsure and to go and start to be like, I know what I kind of sort of want to do. I just need to get the tools in place. But have that honest conversation with yourself so that you can then begin to create whatever it is that you want to be able to create. Success, family, relationship, an online course, a workout program, whatever it may be. Clarity. Delusional vision to create clarity. Get yourself a tool. Start. If you have no idea or you're struggling, start. Start with a book, start with a planner, start with something that will roadmap you and get you to think. Then get a coach. Find a coach that will then be able to bring that together if you can't bring that together. And I know people are like, well, it's going to cost money. I'm sure that there are things around your house that you would sell in a minute to get delusional clarity, so someone can give you a roadmap so that you could rebuy those things or whatever it is that you want in your life, happiness, fulfillment, whatever it is. Because I'll tell you what, I will sell everything in my place to get to where I'm going, to get to clarity. Like I would to be purposeful. Too many people want to hang on to those things. It's not a good place to be. Because ultimately the things are there not for your enjoyment and your fulfillment. It's so that you can show people that you've been successful and that you have those things. Every great thing I've ever bought, I've always had some sort of remorse because I knew it wasn't going to give me what I really wanted it to give me over time. And that's why I don't live big. Everybody asks, like, why don't you have a sports car, a big home, blah, blah, blah. Because I know those things don't bring me happiness. Me. Not going against anybody else, but me. But when you want to become clear, there are things that you have around your place that you could get rid of so that you could have a roadmap, so that you could de-stress, so you could get rid of mental weight, so you could then begin to take the steps necessary to get to where you ultimately want to be. And so that you can enjoy the journey. You know how they say that, enjoy the journey. People that enjoy the journey are because they're delusional. They have delusional vision. That's are the people that enjoy the journey. They're like, oh, I love the journey more than anything else. They were delusional. They had clarity. It's the ones that don't are like, I don't know why I'm even here. I don't know why I would even do this. They hate it because they don't even know if they should have been there in the first place, and they don't know where they're going. So again, get a coach. Get someone that can bring together the work that you did. If you're like, I don't have a lot of money, I'm going to say it. Do the book, do the work, present to a coach. Then they're like, oh, yeah, they're serious. And then they're excited to work with you. Excited coaches give more back to their clients. And then you're going to go, I just maximized my time with this coach or this mentor or this person that's going to be able to shape the direction that I need to go. So if you're struggling right now with clarity and you're defocused, I highly recommend you start putting exercises into place. Get a book. I'm going to keep saying it only because it's the one that I use. Dream Life Workbook, Blueprint by Angie Belmar. The thing is magical for me. If not, find one that's great for you. And if you've got one, message me. Let me know what it is. I'd be happy to get it out to all of my listeners of what the great blueprint is or workbook that you're using so that other people have options. Because I obviously know if people think that only their option works, there couldn't be any more wrong. However, I respect them for their delusional vision that their product is the best product. Because then they figure out a way to make it work for those people that don't like it. And if they don't, they're like, I don't care. It's not for you. Again, delusional vision. So I feel for you if you are struggling. I feel for you if you don't have this clarity and that you've got some fear and some scare and you're scared and that you're agitated, you're aggravated, and you're not in the position that you want to ultimately be in. I feel for you. But I also want to push you to say, take some darn action. Take some accountability and be honest with yourself. Stop telling yourself lies. Stop the negative talk. Stop blaming people. Stop lashing out. Stop doing whatever it is that you need to do or you've been doing. And start hunting down clarity. Hunt it. It's your enemy. If that's your first enemy, is what's my clarity? Go for it. I think I just named your first enemy. If you got others, I love you for it. I can't wait. So guys, let me know. This is going to be it. I'm just going to wrap it up. I just don't want to go too long today. I know that you guys have a lot of things on your table, and I'm trying to keep a condensed podcast, but I'm trying to keep it real. If you love it, let me know. If you hate it, let me know. I want to have conversations with you. I think it's fun to listen to people who don't like my delusional podcasts. And I would love to have spirited conversations with you. So let me know what you guys think. That's it. I'm going to wrap for this week. Maybe I'll try and put a link down below to Angie's workbook blueprint. Then you guys can then begin to fill it out. But be prepared. You're going to do some work. Let's all get some delusional vision. Until next time, guys, stay cool, stay fit, stick with your fit identity. And remember, always think, eat, and move towards your clarity. All right, that was it, guys. I'm done. Wrap this one up. I will say this. I'm a big fan of having clarity, and when I don't have it, I'm spun. I'm in a different world. I'm lost. I get stressful. I get anxious. I get angry. And there are a lot of things in my life recently that have been that way, where I don't have control over them and somebody else does, or I feel that I have to commit to a vision that's not mine. Not doing it. That's all I kind of want to say. I think that when you start committing to somebody else's vision, you're living out the clarity of somebody else. So hopefully this helped you guys. If these don't help you here on YouTube, please go listen to the audio, because audio always wins. Audio is king. it's the best. And it would obviously help if you like, subscribed, and commented, and had your friends listen to all this. It would help me, and it would help me and inspire me and impact me to make even more content and be able to help you guys in a better way. And if you guys have any suggestions, any new podcasts, anything that you could possibly think of, please drop them down below. If you have any comments, let me know. Let's have some conversation. Talk soon, guys.